Welcome to the fairy tale route of the famous eccentric Japanese Zen monk Ikkyu-san, I think most Asian, who were born in the 70s, are quite acquainted with his lovely stories through one of the most iconic Japanese cartoons. It's of course called Ikkyu-san.
When I was 8 years old, my world turned upside down. The only light in my days came from a Japanese cartoon about a young Zen monk who could never be defeated by the world around him, not even by the fierce and powerful Shogun who lives in a golden pagoda in high-end Kyoto. Every Tuesday and Thursday evening, I would do nothing else but sit before a small black and white television, completely absorbed in Ikkyu-san's quiet adventures in his secluded monastery. It was my best escape from a chaotic surrounding. I still remember wishing I could transform myself into Ikkyu-san's best friend and live a carefree life among flowers, fractals, and the gentle wisdom of old-fashioned Japan.
Look what I found, the famous tiger. I remember so well. There's a scene in the cartoon where he actually had a band on the forehead and start to fight against this painted tiger. Sometimes the childhood memory just never faded away.
The cartoon character Ikkyu-san was not a particularly lucky boy. After his father's defeat at the hands of the almighty Shogun, who resided in the imposing Golden Pavilion, the only path left for him to survive amidst the ruthless power struggles of grown men was to become a Zen monk in a remote monastery. Life there was austere and solitary. He endured bullying from elder monks and lived beneath the unyielding gaze of constant surveillance. Yet, beneath that quiet discipline, a spark of brilliance and defiance always flickered. I was deeply moved by the way he met each trial, great or small, with calm intelligence and a touch of mischief. Whatever the challenge, Ikkyu-san always found a way to turn his weight into his greatest weapon for survival, reminding us that wisdom, even in childhood, can be an act of quiet rebellions.
I think this is my favorite statue of all small funny stone statues here. This baby have 4 faces on the same body. I think that says a lot about Ikkyu-san's insight to the world. I mean, we all have different faces when socializing with different type of people, when we are in an adult situation among the child, we want to be their role model to show them a good behavior. When I am with friends or with families, I have a very relaxed myself. And when I am standing in front of my manager, start to negotiate my salary, I want to be adamant. I want to show him my very best side. Please give me more money.
Ikkyu-san has always been a role model to me, the kind of friend I wish I had since the moment I met him through a small television screen. Even though as an adult, I still find comfort and joy in watching these old episodes again and again. One of the most important lessons I learned from Ikkyu-san was the art of adapting to different people by taking on different roles in different situations. When confronted by the arrogant Shogun, he stood his ground with the courage of a samurai, unafraid to face any challenge. With his best friend, a poor young girl from the nearby village, he became a gentle and protective elder brother. and when tested by a distinguished monk with complex philosophical questions, he transformed into a wise scholar, entering with insight far beyond his age.
The elder abbot was living here. He was, of course, quite cheerful in the cartoons. However, from time to time, he will take his sticks and start to beat his, I would like to say, still obedient scholars. However, they did not always follow each and every his instruction as he wished. So, in my childhood, I actually feel quite scared of the abbot. And as an adult, I wish I would never ever need to meet this abbot.
When rewatching some of the episodes as an adult, I find myself reflecting on the Zen Buddhist education system, especially its emphasis on discipline, obedience, and endurance. Beneath its austere beauty lies a stark reality. In such institutions, good behavior might be earned no more than a quiet nod, while the slightest hint of laziness could invite corporal punishment. It is a world built on restraint and control, where self-mastery is valued above self-expression. This stands in sharp contrast to the Western ideal of childhood, particularly as envisioned by Ellen Key, the Swedish reformer who declared the 20th century to be the century of the child. In her view, a child thrives not under fear or rigid order, but within a safe and nurturing environment shaped by love and freedom. He believed that devoted parents should create opportunities for their children to explore the world and develop naturally, guided by curiosity rather than coercion. Between these two words stands Ikkyu-san, a child shaped by discipline, yet sustained by imagination.
Hi, this is Ikkyu-san. Life is really good. Choose life, choose life. Even if your childhood means to grow up in a really austere monk monastery, there's still so many things you could do to make life wonderful.
Was Ikkyu-san a tragic figure or a tenacious superhero? On the screen, he appears as a fiercely self-reliant boy, a chameleon who moves effortlessly between worlds, shaping his actions to fit each moment with quiet brilliance rather than surrounding to misfortune. He lived during the turbulent Muromachi period, a Japan of political upheaval, rigid hierarchies, and the unyielding authority of shogunate. His childhood, marked by strict discipline, constant danger, and the subtle manipulation of those around him, was one of the relentless challenge. Yet, through it all, Ikkyu-san's wit, courage, and adaptability turned adversity into a stage of ingenuity. He is a figure of survival, of cunning and quiet rebellion, beautiful and inspiring, but also a reminder that such cleverness was born not out of choice, but of necessity.
I believe this is a very old statue of the elderly Ikkyu-san. It's in front of position. He's looking forwards, like most of the Buddhist statue which transmitted from India towards China, and from there to Korea and Japan. So why is this highly eccentric and highly controversial Zen Buddhist monk still is such a popular figure? What ideas that resonate with today's society?
As an adult, watching many of the episodes, I cannot help but comparing Ikkyu-san to Mark Twain's Tom Sawyer, Astrid Lindgren's Pippi Longstocking, and Hank Ketchum's Dennis the Menace. Why do adults continue to bring such characters to life on screen? Unlike most characters from the West, Ikkyu-san does not invent his own rules. Yet he quietly defies many societal expectations, relying on reason and ingenuity when faced with danger and pressing challenges. In many episodes, Ikkyu-san has remarkable ability to turn problems on their head. Rather than solving a challenge strictly according to the description, he excels at spotting loopholes and exploiting the subtleties hidden within the question itself. This offers a subtle yet profound lesson. True resourcefulness does not always manifest as superiority. Often, those who succeeded are not the strongest or the fastest, but those who understand how to address the core of the problem, focusing on the key elements that determine the outcome.